Welcome to this Aderyn screencast. In this screencast we're going to focus on the partner search system within Aderyn. In particular we're going to look at using the map tools to define a custom search area. In a later video we'll look at the optional advanced search criteria and we'll also look at the results page. So to access the Aderyn partner search, if you're logged in as a user and an organization with partner access, if we click on the home page here, your home page will look like this, and you'll see an option there to access the partner data search. Or at the top here, under partner, again, you can access data search. When you first go to the data search page, you will see there's a lot of options here, so don't be intimidated by these. To run a simple search, the only thing you must do is define a search area, and you do that by using one of the first two tabs. So either the first tab here, which we're going to focus on today, or indeed the search area advanced tab, where you can use a predefined polygon, or indeed you can actually use a shapefile as well. We'll come back to those in a later video. So on the search area tab here, the only thing you need to do is specify a point, a polyline, or a polygon. If you're doing a point or polyline search, you must also specify a buffer here. Now, these three form fields here could actually be manually filled in if you wish to, but that's not the way the system is designed. It's designed so that you can scroll down here and use the interactive map. So we're going to work our way through these tools here, the drawing toolbox, the point, polyline or polygon tools, and also we'll look briefly at the editing tool and the eraser tool. So let's deal with the point tool first of all, which corresponds to that first form box there, the point form box. So the first thing to do is to pan and zoom on your map to the area you want to search. So you can just click and drag to move the map around. If you have a scroll mouse, you can just use the wheel there to zoom in, or indeed you can double click or use these two buttons on the right hand side here, the plus or minus, to zoom in. So once you've found the area you want to search, you'll notice that the background mapping changes as you zoom in. Once you've found the area you want to search, just select the point button, the pointer tool here, and click on the map once. The map will change and move to center on the point that you've selected, and also you'll see this box here saying drawing started. Once you're happy with the location of this point, just click on finished. You could in fact click again. You'll see the map move if you do that, and although you'll see multiple points appear, it's only the final point that you add is the one that will be used for the search. So once you're happy that you've clicked in the right place, click on finished here, and if you scroll up you'll see that the point form field has been completed for you. As we've said already, this is a point search, so you would need to specify a buffer just in meters. So if we wanted a 250 meter buffer, we could type that in, and that's it. You're good to go. You can click on the search button there and run the search. Let's show you the Polyline tool next. So if we click back on data search to reload the page, so it's nice and blank for us. If we scroll down, and again let's scroll into the area we want to search. So I'll use the wheel on my mouse. Okay, and we'll zoom in. We'll get there in the end. Let the map refresh. So if I now select the Polyline tool, it's very intuitive to use. Simply click to start. I'm going to try and follow this river here, and keep clicking to add vertices as you move along. Once you're happy, you've finished, double click. At this point, if you're happy with those, you can click on finished. You'll see the form field here is now completed. It's a polyline, so you would need to add a buffer, maybe 100 meters, and at that point you're good to go. You could run the search. Let's now show you the Polygon tool. This is very similar to Polyline. Again, let's zoom in where we want to zoom into. So I'll zoom back into Hay on Y again. And I'll select the Polygon tool and we'll start clicking. Again, I'll follow the river again, but this time we're going to include the land around this bend in the river. So you'll see here it's defining a polygon. Double click to finish, and again click on finished up there, which calculates the area, loads that information into the polygon form field there, and again you're good to go. You don't have to specify a buffer with a polygon if you don't want to, so you're good to run this search. Now, what about the other tools we've got here, the Edit tool and the Eraser tool? Well, before we move on to them, let me show you how to edit a shape before clicking Finish. So again, if we click on Data Search to reload the page, we'll scroll down. I'll select the Polyline tool, and then I'll zoom in to where I want to search. Again, I'll try and follow this river, but this time I'll make a mistake and we'll see how we can correct that afterwards. So I've made a couple of mistakes here in following the river. I'll double click to finish. Now you'll see here that you have a number of vertices or nodes indicated, and also some grayed out ones between the ones that you've clicked. So how can we correct this? Well, we can simply grab one of these nodes and we can move it back into line. Very simple. And we can do the same with this one here. But let's assume that we want to go a bit further along the river. I can drag that node down. But if now I grab one of these grayed out nodes, if I click and drag that, that becomes a real node now, and there I've effectively added a node in. If you want to delete a node, simply right click on it and it will vanish. So again, you can edit away once you're happy, or you can click on Finish. Now let's assume that you've clicked Finish, but now you realize that you want to edit that line, or indeed the polygon that you've put in. It's exactly the same for polygons. You can now select the Edit tool, find your line, click on it once, and there you'll see that the drawing has been started again, and you can now edit these nodes again, and maybe add some extra nodes, or whatever you want to do. Again, once you've finished the editing, you can click on Finish. Finally, we've got the Eraser tool here, which does as the name implies. If you select that, and again find your line or polygon, and click on it, there we go. It removes that polyline from the map, and you can then add a new one. Well, that concludes this Aderyn screencast. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we'll look at the optional advanced tools, and there's other tabs along the top. We appreciate any feedback, so if you'd like to send us any feedback, please do so via info@biz.org.uk.